Good morning, brothers and sisters. It's Wednesday, January 8th, Wednesday morning. What is going on? Last time I talked to you guys, I was explaining my past, current steroid history and plan. And we're about a week and a half now in of changing the gear a little bit. Tren is done. Still got the EQ in there. Test 400. And then, of course, I added in D-Ball, which is an oral steroid. And I don't think I mentioned before, but it's also somewhat of a protocol when using D-Ball to eliminate excess estrogen and water retention, to add in Arimidex or Novadex. Now, I'm not going to get into all the technology and behind these steroids. If you want to know about any type of roid, you can simply go on steroids.com and get a profile for every single one. But different ones do change your body composition in regards to hardness, water retention. They say some can give you more strength than others. I guess that all depends on your training or your lack of training, or your scenario involved in your current training, whether you're working around any prior injuries or in a heavy training phase or doing more volume. So you can change that all accordingly as you change your cycle. So yeah, I'm taking 2 D-Balls a day, both at 10 milligrams, and I'm taking them at the same time. One at noon, and of course the half-life is 3 to 5 hours. So if I take 110 milligram at noon, it's going to peak right around 3 hours and then go down. So what I've been doing is I take one at noon and then one at about 3:30, just as I'm starting to come down, spike it back up. So that's going to keep me going until 3:30, 4:35, 8:30 at night, 12:30 to 8:30 at night. My body's retaining a high nitrogen balance, and everything else that goes along with D-Ball. You can Google it yourself. But one of the things that drew me to it was the high nitrogen balance and increase in glycogen storage in the muscles. I also upped my calories quite a bit. Yeah, so I also upped my calories quite a bit, as far as carbohydrates, fats, just because with the D-Ball you can ingest more carbohydrates, glycogen, and protein, being that your body does increase in nitrogen and glycogen retention. You can consume more carbohydrates and protein without it turning to fat. And of course, with that, you don't want to consume too much carbohydrates because you'll be constantly spilling over And once you spill over, the excess will hold water under your skin and will indeed be converted to fat. And I don't want to bulk up to where I'm getting fatter. I want my muscles ultimately to fill out more, retaining more glycogen and nitrogen retention. And but I did um, start adding in more carbs like uh, noodles, spaghetti, pasta, breads, raisin bread, um, of course, still brown rice, carrots, beets, all the carbs you can think of, you can add in when you're upping your carbs. Pasta tends to help you fill out more because it's a water based carb. It's when you cook pasta, it fills out by retaining water. So you're going to get more full of pasta. Um, I've been monitoring my weight every day, stepping on the scale every morning, checking my waist, um, checking my posing to see uh, where I'm growing, prioritizing body parts, trying to bring up lagging body parts. So checking to see where I'm growing, where I'm lacking, um, where I haven't been training is hard in certain areas, perhaps because of little nagging aches and pains, and doing my best overall to gain mass on every single body part. So I've even been trying to build up my abs and my obliques. I want every single body part to be developed as much as possible. So it even means thick, heavy training of abs and obliques. So I'm doing a lot of planks and then heavy planks with a 50-pound weight on my back. And neck, I'm training neck directly, lying on the floor, raising my head up and down just off the floor for high reps. And then, of course, I have a head harness that goes on to where I lean. I'll show you a video of that one day to where I'm hitting the back of the neck and I just hang like a 5-pound weight off there with the harness hanging down, and I hit the back part. Traps want to be huge. Rear delts can never be big enough. I really need to start doing more. Like I do go crazy on delts, but delts for me are extremely stubborn. Rear delts are extremely stubborn on a lot of people. Um, and of course, not ever neglecting legs, always going heavy and intense on legs. Legs, it's such a huge muscle, and I am happy with my leg development. Calves always big and full. I've never neglected calves or legs throughout all my years of training since I was 17 years old. I've always went hard on legs because I virtually started out with zero legs, chicken legs. So, like I said, legs should always be 6, 7, 8 inches bigger than your biceps. Um, and of course, always forearms and gripping movements, strengthening your hand muscles. I've developed some problems in this one hand and this wrist over years from injuries and hard labor jobs. So it's a battle trying to keep the inflammation down and nerves and numbness in my hand. And um, had to get stitches in my finger one time as a kid there, and all kinds of stuff. But constantly training forearms, your wrists, your hands, just having everything fully developed to have that look. I mean, even if it doesn't come off as aesthetically pleasing to what judges are looking for, you don't want to have a skinny neck, skinny forearms, skinny wrists, skinny legs. I mean, you don't want to have a little tiny waist with no development of your obliques and abs. You want everything to just be hanging off you in big slabs of muscle. Yeah, reasons one of my reasons for wanting to have thickly developed abs and obliques is because in my last video I did say, at one time I blew up to 260 pounds as a power lifter real quick within a year. And I did stretch out my skin, point where I do got some stretch marks on my lower abs, and when I get extremely ripped, the skin is loose. So when you think about it, if you can stretch out that skin even just a centimeter on each side, that's going to pull it tighter. So for anyone that has this problem, you want to get nice thick obliques, because just an inch or half an inch on each side of some big thickly developed obliques and abs is going to pull all that nice and tight. So I have an image in my mind, a visualization of how I want to look and how I want to be developed. And it may not be very aesthetically pleasing, but everything built that you'll see on me is shown visually as being a rock hard, solid effort of years and years and years and years of training and mature muscle mass. So that's the game plan, and I have been training hard here at home and resting and survival mode as usual, laying low, doing things that I need to do or not doing things that I don't need to do in order to bide my time in a smart, productive way that's gonna benefit me progressively as time goes by. So patience is a virtue, and I call it laying low in the trenches. And you got to do what you got to do. And so I'm just I'm sore, I'm achy, things hurt, but at the same time, that comes with the territory of training for so long. I just turned 49 on January 6th. So, I'm managing, and I'm getting cortisol shots in my foot for my plantar fasciae, however you say it. I don't know how to pronounce that crap. And working on rehab as much as I am training. Self-massage, stretching, long, cold showers, ice cold showers, hot baths. It's all survival mode. So, whatever I can do to counteract my hard lifestyle of hard labor jobs and hard work ethic, to make sure I really take care of the aftermath of all that hard work by treating myself to these recovery rehabilitation strategies and techniques that's gonna, perhaps help me to see through the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years and somewhat preserve my body instead of getting worse. Oh, so I'm just finished my first meal now. Um, I'm not doing cardio, but in order for me to stay somewhat lean during this bulk, what I do is I still following my same sleep wake pattern, which is actually getting up pretty early at 6 a.m. Um, and I have a pre workout drink um, just to get my metabolism going. And during that time, I'll practice my posing and do some stretching and, do some errands and chores around the house. Just so, you know, my body is waking up and getting the metabolism going rather than eating right away. And so now it's 9:30, so 3.5 hours later, and I just finished my first meal, and it was a big uh, plate of pasta, spaghetti, uh, no sauce, with extra lean ground beef and black beans that I fried up in garlic and butter on the pasta. So you can see my calories or density of food has changed. I went from eating a lot of turkey and fish to still eating turkey and fish, but now I'm adding in extra lean ground beef because beef uh, helps you hold the most nitrogen, keeps you in a positive nitrogen balance as far as protein synthesis is concerned, and also contains a lot of nitric oxide in beef and creatine. So it's not as digestible. It's not as digestible as for me for as turkey and fish, but um, I'm not eating beef all day long. It's a mixture of turkey, fish in the form of canned sardines, beef, and a lot of eggs. A lot of eggs. I just went through 230 packs uh, in less than a week. And eggs for me are the most digestible, quickly digestible form of protein. And 9:30 first meal, and then I look at my clock, and the next meal will be 12:30. So every 2.5 to 3 hours, and that'll all be monitored as far as whether this meal is digested or not. If I'm still feeling full from this meal, my next meal will be pretty low in carbs. So it's instinctive training and also instinctive eating. So I don't want to get bloated and backed up. It's no good for health reasons. And it's just going to be extra calories that my body won't be able to absorb. So I'll look and see how I feel at 12:30 and decide what the best case scenario is going to be to eat then. And of course, getting in what 4, 5, 6. I am aiming for 6 meals a day. So my next one will be at 3:30, then again at 6, and then again at 8, maybe every 2 hours, and then then again at 11, and just adjust those meals accordingly, instinctively as I see fit, and you know, over the next few days, weeks, monitor my progress. and hit you guys up with some progress pictures. I'm very happy, extremely happy with what's going on with my legs right now. They're just blown right up. Um, but my next workout is delts, and that's probably one of my biggest priorities is really getting those delts blown up, wider back, and also been focused on getting a thicker outer chest so that when I flex, I'm full on the lower outer pecs are nice and full. It's always a plan, always a strategy, and other than that, just listening to a lot of Bible scripture and praying 24/7 every day, all day, and doesn't hurt to have a nap here and there for growth. Take care. God bless. See you next video. Peace.
These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore are they before the throne of God, and serve him day and night in his temple. And he that sitteth on the throne shall dwell among them. They shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more. Neither shall the sun light on them, nor any heat. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of waters, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Chapter 8. And when he had opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven about the space of half an hour. And I saw the seven angels which stood before God, and to them were given seven trumpets. And another